Foolish fools. Smoke eye. Dark Cloud Fab. Failure technique. We're doing Magna build today. It's currently in a bunch of engine pieces, but I'm going to show you how I did some fab work. We did tail section, and we did monoshock rear and some other stuff. So check it out. Alright, we're going to watch this fool cut off the rear subframe on this 84 Magna. Looks like he's getting distracted. This is why you don't put a television in your garage. Looks like he lopped it off pretty quick and moved the wiring out of the way. Or watching TV. I'm not sure what he's doing here, but just messing around, I guess. He's got the frame hoop already done, so he was mocking it up here. Alright, now we're grinding, cleaning off all the spots that need to be welded. The frame hoop, we do put a slug, solid rod inside each end of the tube, on the frame tube and then the hoop tube. Looks like we're mocking up the handlebars here and seeing where the rear sets should go. Throwing the hoop, mocking it up, see where it'd be comfortable to sit. And then we're welding the upper mount of the shock for the monoshock conversion. So basically I just cut the old shock mounts off, welded in a lower mount on the swing arm, and then I welded a top mount kind of where the seat frame used to be. So here I'm welding the slugs on and probably some other mounts. I think a mount for the fuel shutoff. Alright, we're mocking the frame hoop up. Seeing where it'll fit nice. We're tacking it up. Here we go. More welding. You know, we're using probably an 8 cup. I use a gas lens because it just, you can use a little bit more gas and it flows nicer. Get a cleaner weld. Just making sure everything's all good here. Alright, more welding. Gotta go all the way around the tube. Then you do rosette welds. You drill a couple holes in each side of the tube, and you rosette weld the slug in. That way the joint is super strong. So we're just keep welding, man. We're welding. Some goofy spots. It's all TIG welded. I'm using a Hobart 165i. And I like it. I like the Hobart stuff. So it's fairly inexpensive and it works good, man. So just welding all the way around, get that thing strong. You don't want to fly off your seat while you're going 180 miles per hour. Alright, we fabricated and welded the rear frame hoop in. It's got like a little kick up, 1-inch tubing. We did the slugs, welded everything in, probably welded some other mounts that I don't remember doing, but now we're going to move on to the tail piece. So just taking a piece of sheet metal and then forming it into a little like one-seater cafe kind of style with a little cowl kind of thing at the end, and that those cover all the wiring. Put a bottom plate on there, throw all the wiring in there, mount everything up, and just hide everything. So here we go. Alright, here we're using the bead roller. We're using a real thin die with it's like a polyurethane lower die, and then basically you're rolling a line into it to make a flange. So I'm just going around where I want the curve, the flange piece on the seat area to be. And then here I'm planishing it out with the English wheel. Make it nice and smooth and clean. Give it a little curve, little arc to it. And I'm just tacking it onto the hoop, just so I can basically see how it's gonna fit. I got a little piece, back piece, and then I already made the tail section. Just kind of rolled it around, cleaned it up. Here I'm just doing a little shaping, seeing if I need to add or subtract any material. I'm not sure. I'm definitely looking for something. Probably the grinder. I cut a little bit more. I obviously needed to add some material. Watching TV. I'm not sure what I was watching. Looks like make it custom. That guy's an amazing fabricator. So here we are back at the English wheel. Do some planishing, some shaping, some rolling. Back to tacking, see if we got it in a good spot, man. Just checking it out. Fabrication's a lot of do a little bit, check it out, make it's okay. Here I'm cutting off the tacks. And so now I got like a full piece. I'm trimming everything. Watching Casey's Customs, I think. Also really entertaining fabricator, hot rod guy. That looks like we're pretty close there. Looks like I moved on to something else, maybe the shock mount or the fender mount maybe. All right, here I'm doing some shrinking on what I'm not sure. Probably the rear fender. Yeah, it looks like the rear fender. So basically, I did the same thing with the bead roller. I put a flange line in it, and then I, bent that flange line over, planched it a little bit. Then you shrink the edge. That'll give you the arc. Take that to the English wheel, and it, smooths everything out, makes everything cleaner, gives it. Depending on what die you're using, you can give it some more shape. So it looks like I'm doing that. Looks like I'm planishing out the tail, and that's the tail section. So pretty nice looking bike. Getting there. We had it all together, all the fab work done, and then realized the head gaskets were blown. So it's back apart, and eventually it'll be a badass bike. So till next time, later.